Assalamu alaikum Bokayi. Welcome back to the Jollof Football Bantaba YouTube channel. This is the Gambia Football Show, guys. Ñu ko lay defee every Sunday. Dañ dee ñëw discuss yëngu-yëngu Gambian football bi. And xam ngeen rek this yi AFCON baa ngi on, so Gambia football mi ngi over busy sax. And I'm sure you guys are following developments on the Jollof Football Bantaba. We are doing the live watch along streams and giving you updates on match reviews. You share the fuck you know. So I hope you guys are enjoying our our programs during this African Cup of Nations. Yeah, as usual, Sunday la, so we have to have the Gambia football show. You won't call Nyambas at the development of African Cup of Nations. The focus be mostly everything will be focused around the African Cup of Nations. Joining me today, as usual, is my co-host, Coach Che. Coach nuyu naa la nu fa demee. Boy, yaa ngi mute.
Okay. Assalamualaikum Gambia. Ñu naan di leen ziar di sa wàccuwaay. Chama fay naa nuyu. yow di la delloo nuyu. di nuyu suma waay tamit buuba. xam naa di ma fay waaye nawul naa la sa fay. di nuyu askani Gambia yëpp di leen ne welcome to the Jollof Football Bantaba YouTube channel di home Gambian football. waaw comme ni ko Chama waxee rek mbiri AFCON la yëfi AFCON la yëfi Africa la yëfi Gambia la ñu ngi nii ak yéen si Gambia football show once again.
Once again, yeah, bro, Buba, welcome back to the channel. How was your journey to Ivory Coast?
Wow, di nuyu Che di la nuyu di nuyu auditeurs yi yëpp di dal di jégalu am na ñaari bés yu nga xamoon ne woon fas naa ene woon pour dal di fee nekka mënuma fi woon dal di nekka di dal di jégalu loolu wante xam naa ne Tuesday tam programme si tam dinaa dal di teewee tey tam dinaa dal di compensate ñaari bés yooyu wax dëgg yàlla naxare woon na ma trop wante yàlla jaam ak pexeem yàlla ak dogalam maa ngi dal di jéglu Ivory Coast neex na trop parce que this is the biggest competition si continent bi apart from CAF Champions League ak lu nga xam ne mooy CAF Confederation League African Cup of Nations su ñëwee léegi daf dee dal di neex te tam maa ngi dal di kontaane like plateforme bi muy Jollof Bantaba keep na update fancy mi dal di nekk Twitter ak YouTube ak Facebook so loolu kontaan naa si trop di leen dal di nuyu daal di wax ne daal like I'm glad ne mbir naa ko in time pour dal di tombe sooy tey bi.
Yeah, thank you very much, bro. Yo, si kër nga bëgg we understand. So nekkee si Johnny, we understand anything is possible. So sometimes xam nga loolu looy plan ak luy dox mooy loolu noonu. Waaye it's good to have you back again. And I'm happy to see you too back home in Sweden after it was an exciting time I think, but also it was a tough one considering suñ boy si naka la ngay nekk di def biir Ivory Coast ak yooyu noonu. But I'm sure it was a wonderful experience on your side, ndax du?
Wow, wonderful experience because xam nga football ku nekk opinion am la man dama jàppane man lu ma jàppane tey nekk ma ni xool third game bi maanaam maa ngi xool ñu reset button bi man loolu laa dal di jàppa comme ni we have to change lot of things because tam si man nekkuñu dañoo dal di dem AFCON yoon ak yoon te nekkuñu dal di achieve préparation nekkuñu di dal di baax these are the success yu nga xam ne Lamin Kaba ak administration daf ko jël di ko naxee nit ki comme ne qualify nañ fi AFCON yow ñu under 20 wante you xool inside deep did nga xool nga xam ne loolu ay fake promises la ay fake comme ñun amul plan game ñun amul game plan plan bu nga xam ne like tangible for the next 5 years loolu la dal di yóbbu so loolu moo tax ne tam si ma gis-gis dina cher dina expensive dina métti wante ne ñu xool fan den bugg a football Gambia dal di dem si in the next 5 years or in the next 10 years because ne lu ma gis ni góob ma ne dina delluwaat African Cup of Nations suñ fa delluwaatee suñ góorgóor la wante ne before ñu fa dellu tam foog ñu liggéey lu bari parce que ne dafa dal di rusloo ba pare tam foog naa ne tam I mean so it's fine nit ki mën nañoo xaar ba tournoi bi jeex wante mën na ko waxee football ku nekk opinion la man suma opinion moo ñu ne dañ war a restart things li nga xam ne mën nañoo jël is tangible for the next 5 years to the next 10 years because ñu dem African Cup of Nations te amul lu nga xam ne mooy plan ñu ngi bokk si group of death wante loolu taxul ne la pour ñu dal di éliminer there are a lot of factors yi nga xam ne war nañ koo dal di xool si football level pour ñu développer lu nga xam ne mooy football.
Yeah, definitely. We'll get into the discussions more in detail when it comes to the African Cup of Nations, the preparation, and all those kind of things. Like you say, Gambia happened to be in a very very difficult group, and considering how we approach this competition, I think when wuñ loo xamante ne dañ ko soxla daal in a way. Suma waa ji tamit dugal si na xam nga dugal ko mu tamit mu ñëw seeni. Seni, welcome back. Naka la nawee gis seen bagage yi.
ñëw nañ.
Nuyu naa la nu ba demee.
Yeah, happy to be here. Kontaan naa trop nuyu naa ci ak Buuba, so ak ñoo xam ne tamit ñu ngi seetam happy to be here as usual.
Nice. Yeah, comme li ñu wax rek tey is all about the African Cup of Nations, discussing the African Cup of Nations, because since we last recorded African Cup of Nations bi Gambia kick off nañ seen African Cup of Nations bi on Monday, ñu play Senegal, we lost that one, and then after that ñu play the second game against Guinea on Friday, boobu noonu tamit it did not go our way. Definitely we are looking forward to the next game, and that is against Cameroon, which for me is still we can still salvage something in this competition by winning that one, but it's going to be a difficult one as well. So then said games naka demee, and then come ci Buuba lu mu nekkoon di explain the preparation around and everything bi surround African Cup of Nations bi xam naa ne bëggoon nañ koo xaar the African Cup of Nations bi jeex ñu tegee African Cup of Nations bool bëre ñu doog a songa gaay wax leen xam nga, especially when it comes to how poor this preparation was, but loolu mënuñ koo xaar fu nekk nii because the impact it has been showing in the African Cup of Nations bi. But fu ñoo starté rek mooy si game su passé nii si African Cup of Nations bi suñ journey bi so far. I will go to coach journey bi door na play na ñaar benn moo des. So far, how will you assess the Scorpions African Cup of Nations journey?
Chama, there is two sides in this. My players and the coaching staff, also the so-called NCC.
Yeah.
Players or teams go na munawa. Munyo watara lunga chengala. If family duga nañ sol suñ kolasi taxaw ñuy wo suñ national anthem bi ñu lo rek do la ñu leen jërëjëf. So xolal si lu gaay jaar ci lu gaay joggé digënté bi rek Chama ku leen waxut jërëjëf wala leen xalam parce que man ak yow ak keneen ñu ngi gis suñ bopp ci ñoom parce que ñoom ñu ngi taxawal suñu réew dékal suñu drapeau réew. So AFCON bi man lu mëna wax rek mooy dafa naxari seetaan dafa naxaree wax parce que li sax mooy ñi actors yi they are doing their job but they were not given the tools. They are underground doing their job but they were not given the tools pour muna def seen liggéey bu wax te football Cham ñi xam nañ ne playing football my day is the last thing in football, if that makes sense. There is something you call improved performance, which is you have the nutritionist on the side, you have the more game people like which is key. Then you I have two sides. But NCC, so-called NCC, Cham, know the problem of our football, our national team football currently. This thing started since last AFCON. They made a mess. I thought, okay, this was the first time Gambia qualified AFCON. So no, they still continue into this mess. Every time Gambia qualified since on the 10th of September, then qualified. If this NCC meant business, understand, and they were professional, and they were competent, I think on the 11th, September 11th, they could have called for emergency committee. They are qualifying them. Next step, we have a task force. We make sure that it be the perfect preparation. Definitely go. Is it December 7th or so, or 5th? Then they got a press conference. Nanda yoko chere dori ñi. Sa dugub doyut. Yow dugub doy na mun lo moñ cere. Sa moñ baaxut. Ne da nga yoko cere dori ñi. Man personally Cherno Baji man. I'm not as coach or as any other, but as a Gambian citizen, this NCC must answer questions. must face the National Assembly and they must be dissolved because they are very incompetent. They don't know their job. They cannot execute anything. Just a simple thing. Mungo execute. You understand? Just when NCC, understand? Ministry be ak GFF ñoo fa nekk. Du mu attaque benn idée ñoom lay attaque because they form the NCC pour créer pour national team bi. They are a total failure to Gambian football. Xam nga ku leen mën de loolu but it seen mandatory bi su leen ci amoon année bu baax seen idée bi daal yaaxu na baaxut. Suñu problème yi boy di face AFCON bi yëpp ñoom la moo tax maa yow Gambian problème bi ne leen maa ngi post ko Facebook ne leen ne we have to lower our expectations as Gambians when it comes to this AFCON. Football in general. We know the passion, we have the passion. We have the players that can play football. But football is all about levels. And it has to start from the grassroots. What Senegal is benefiting today in African football? Bro, do ligay benefit o ñaari fan. Ligay ay at la. Gambia's last AFCON was a fluke. They could accept. We were not expected to reach that stage. Then nangu direct. So loolu nag moo ñu yóbbaale ba ñu feel ne ñun we are right up there te bu ñu fay dañu boole si group of death. Understand? So foog Gambians tamit public bi ñoo lower seen expectation suñu bëggee am jàmm. Dëgg la dañu foog participate dañu foog compete but tamit you have to be realistic given all the circumstances boy go through wax si tournament bi te group of death bro nañ ko gaay nga ca galam. Man daal so far nag diga I have mixed feelings but boy moom team bi moom ak Tom ñu ma wax dara lu te wax sorry ba dina wax jërëjëf.
waaw di leen wax sorry di leen wax jërëjëf ngàcce ngalaama wax dëgg neex yàlla I think loo wax foofu noonu moom it's a right thing in terms of players I think they did not set them to go and succeed in a way, but still they went out there and then still put out some respectable performances. So I will go to Bro Buba. Bro Buba, you ain't one bit Ivory Coast. You happen to watch the first game. We had some issues when it came to the first game. I think most of the first half you then go miss. Especially from minute 25 or something like that until the end of the first half game bi mënuñ ko seetaan but yow yaa ngi woon foofu noonu so you can give us more a better impression of what about that game daal ñu started si game Sénégal bi then after neen dugga si game Guinée bi because since we last recorded ñaari game yooyu yëpp xaput na si diggante boobu jotuñ koo waxtaan as xam nga si show bi so game boobu how did you assess that game the performance of the team and the results overall.
Wow, performance bi Sénégal in fact that dañ jël seen gas seen tànk bi génne ko si kaw gas bi they didn't perform as expected or champions wante ne the more yaa ngi grow si tournament bi the more the minutes goes yaa ngi gis their experience because of ne de seen wings si la ngay ubbi so they channel their ball through their wings then you cut back ñu dugal si biir 18 bi te that tactic daf na dal di sonal because of ne ñun tam suñu half back si I don't know how much la wings si dee dal di dimbale full back si pour ñu tëj because da ngaa gis ne goal si Sénégal si ak goal Guinée bi yëpp defensive error la positioning ba pare lack of concentration loolu nekkoon na problème naka la wing back si dee dimbale half back si ba pare tam ñun tam naka dem di éegee pour dal di dem si kaw loolu tam nekkoon na problème like Che mu ngi wane ne dina dal di different players but I think overall ñaari games yi like Omar Colley ak Moussa Baro ñoo fa wone di willingness I don't know if the coach bu gaa jëlee si Eto loolu dégg la because Eto tam mu doon place di Cameroon national team ne leen war a dal di fonk di sol jaas bi wante soo xoolee ñun suñu jaas bi ñu ko sol ak ñu si perform mooy Omar Colley ak Moussa Baro ak Yankuba Minteh wante ñeneen yëpp they didn't show the proper output bi nga xam ne ñu ngi ko doon dal di expect si players yi am na some players ñu nga xam ne bili wane wante ne su ma laa limal ñetti players mooy Omar Colley Moussa Baro Yankuba Minteh ak ku dem tam Youssoufa Bob so kii kañ Baboucarr Gueye so da ngaa gis ne the performance on match day one at the results talliwut because we really stood to Senegal mun nañ fee discuss yoon about the issue of the red card wante the issue of the red card was very plain because ne gis nga ne woon Sénégal ne no provoke because Sénégal provoqué nañ fi woon provoqué woon nañ Ivory Coast si 1984 1985 ñu ne ñuy saraxtu du nu mun a dal di win ñu win ñu so their key moment was ne ñoom nen provoque ñii seen central defender bi o nen provoque ñii seen central midfielder bi ñu génne ñu si game bi so and they managed to get Ibu Adams so it was like ñu bari wax neen ko ne bàyyi sa xel de la provoque wante moom si boppam mu ne moom amutoon ini bi sax pour dal di gaañ boppam wante da ngaa gis ne the performance that day at the 3-0 results boobu tam is quite unfortunate so loolu la ba pare tam maa ngi Guinée bi tam gis neen nit ñi dee biir Guinée ñu ngi maslu gaay ñu ngi ñaan yàlla suuf si seen kaw it means so much to Guinea dafa meanoon so much to Guinea from the press conference from the training at where we score goal be at the entire team and I think Guinea was unlucky even pour ñu score benn goal because amoon nañ fa chance ñaari yoon mu ngi dalale lu nga xam ne muy baa bi ñoom ñoo doon dal di jël that lead di dali so here comes the question ne Ngalate Thompson fit like lan moo tax muy play match without a recognized striker am nañ fi Banan Mosi am nañ fi Assam am nañ fi Ali Sow so issue ñooñu nga because ñooñu they are typical strikers dañ la mën a jox goal if ne sax goal bi bari dañ la mën a dal di jox goal wante loolu yëpp gisuñ ko fi this competition Isinga Yusufa Bob at Solmar and I don't think those players didn't play last game bit so that's mean ne yaa ngi rob of chance si Mahmoud Bajo yaa ngi rob of chance si Jasper Cissé yaa ngi rob of chance si Seydou Kane and these three players especially Jasper Cissé mu ngi bàyyi Sweden ñëw bëgg a ñëw playal Gambia like Mahmoud Bajo under 20 Lamine Camara mu ngi under 20 bu lam dal di jógee Lamine Camara Sénégal lam dal di play under 17 so yaa ngi isi use for Bob at Solmar te ñooñu doo leen dal di use sa match against Cameroon mun na am su gaay passé fitness bi so why was the essence nga isi lu nga xam ne mooy lifini so ceelu wax digga la is a group of dead wante mu ko dee waxee suñu waree dem pot 4 bu nekk nii dem pot 3 dem pot 2 dem pot 1 foog ñu door dëkk yi ba pare
definitely
ci wax na fi dara is perfectly summarized wante d'accord moom lu ma d'accord ta moom mooy ñu ne the federation or the coaching staff of Tom or the team manager yow yaay present sa programme because ma laajte naa Tom seen fit laajte naa ba ma ne ko ne booy kañ nga naa dem Saudi mu ne ma ne moom xamut mu ngi des si NCC bi what the fuck is that NCC bi ma war a joxe sa programme ma war a dem Saudi tempo no yow as a coach yow doo xaar because the NCC and the federation there is a rift gars yi den xaajaloo the government mu ngi sos ne federation daf dee am xaalis federation bi tam mu ngi jàppane ne government tam joxu leen xaalis so ñu ngi xaajaloo wante lu ma wax mooy ne yow as a coach yow xam nga ñan nga bëgg a player fan na nga ci pour training camp bi this training camp Saudi Arabia yëpp Saudi Arabia xanaa ñoom dañ jóg pour ñu isi ñu play from Gambia to Saudi Arabia to Gambia Saudi dañ jóg loolu ñoom so we were going so much for free things Jama 24 African teams nekk Ivory Coast kan lañ si gis si gaay ku am 7 hours transit kan si gaay da nga gis teams yooyu yëpp ku am 7 hours transit so it's not about the NCC Bakary Badji moo ko jiite Bakary Badji is na for more than 15 people si African competition and those people are not even football related because dafa ñëw talk as the chairman of NCC parce que ne gëmum fédération bi tam gëmul government bi wante lu maa doon mooy ne yow as a coach yow xam nga sa programme xam nga kañ nga war a train you should not rely on the NCC pour ñu la jël a green light nga fly Saudi ou ñu jël Saudi Turkey Morocco so foog ñu assume leadership foog ñu assume is about ne ñu fa nekk na xam neen football na dund leen football because ministre bi dundul football ministre bi as the chairman of the NCC kooku xamul tactics kooku xamul preparation the only thing they will be doing is joxe leen diplomatic passport fee leen taki hey loolu seen warugal la and I told the minister clearly ne man duma ko jaamu ne dama war a binda this diplomatic passport this xam nga so the whole setup I'm glad the past Samba Diaw raised for the issue of Sangdong. It's a raised for the issue of Sangdong. La moo tax for the continuous AFCON sang durée daal di dem parce que sang Ibou Faye moo jël place am na normal protocole Ibou Faye war naa jël place Sangdong ci national team bi. Normal protocols. Na Ibou Faye war naa jël so these are small details small marginals which means a lot wante because ñun Gambian leen ñun mu nekk nañ ko politicize so dangaa gis ne duñ mun a am njëriñ te ñàkk a am njëriñ bi daf noo dal li cause pour ñàkk a am lu nga xam ne mooy ñàkk a am resource because ñu fa nekk yëpp they are not football connected Chama doo dee xool
yeah definitely
xoolal comme ça ñu la Guinée bu mu tooñee si benn bi xool gisu fa anybody with the brain football dafa weesu loolu dafa weesu ne yow cee bu am leen si nam depuis 92 mu war a toog si benn bi foog cee def refresher because the game is moving bu mu toonee bu toog si fi toonee si benn bi ñu ne Guinée xam nga ñu ne Sénégal gisul kenn ku mën a waxal amul kenn ku mën a waxal amul kenn xool na Alaaji Sarr xool na Ibou Faye xool na Thio wante they didn't give him that answer Thio ñu answer boobu
thank you yeah it's painful to be honest.
The LC is just body lu nga xam ne fa nekk pour lekk xaalis you know because bagay moo fa nekk is na xaritam is na PR oyam bi like they just bring everybody and on the pitch.
Yeah, of course. I'm not you're my young one bit Ivory Coast, so you know the people that you guys send like you know. Nangaman mom when it comes to go to that extent, even though it should bother me, but those kind of things do not bother too much. But anyways, let me go to Seni. Seni. It has been a disappointing journey so far in Ivory Coast. Buba like but that's not on the Senegal game. Even though performance wise, I think that performance was respectable. And then the Guinea game, it was very difficult to take because we did not have much. We didn't ask a lot of questions to the Guineans. Like we were just waiting for them to ask us the questions, and then that was the game because we did not create anything meaningful until after, of course, when we conceded the goal. Which, of course, in context, you will know this is what Kuto wanted to do. He wanted to hold them as long as possible and then try to beat them in the end. But again, like I say, if you are gonna play this kind of tactic as a football manager or as a football coach, you better get the result. If you don't get the results, it's gonna backfire on you. Everything is gonna be on you. If you look at the Guinea game, the Gambia ended that game with 0 shots, just shots on target rather. We had 4 shots, but we had 0 shots on target. We cannot hit the target. Of course, we hit the target with Janko Minte, but that was offside, so that does not count as a shot on target. So yeah, it was very disappointing. Yo, no get affair in terms of the tournament we started 2 games in so far. Do you think we deserve anything from those 2 games?
Yeah, thank you, Chama. Comme no ko bala Nations Cup bi start ñep xam nañ we had issues, we didn't do well. You know, you understand. So Lee has a part that they wanna help, you know, see the reason why, you know, we are not doing well in this competition. You know, so I agree that, you know, Group B is too tough. But again, what do you do about competition this start? These are things we have to ask ourselves. You know, so again, you know, lead of new remind again that, you know, we have to go back to the basics. You know, for you have a base, have a plan, you know, going forward. These are indicating Gambia. Fine, we've been to 2 Nations Cup, but you know, the solely distance between us ñun ak yeneen you know nations yi nga xam ne we have a long way to go. We really have a long way to go. Understand? So man, you know, competition bi daf ma jox things that are Gambia, we have to ensure that, you know, you start from the base again. You know, so now last game, you know, you go play. You know, chances are slim, but again, you know, I just hope so competition be and you talk see table discuss the way forward, because these are things I'm going to discuss. Maybe competition will win there, but you can start there from the base. Transition we wanna go, then we'll see the results. You know, we'll see the results. So man, you know, these are lessons you have in the jungle, you know. So honestly, you know, this is a disappointing one, but this is not really a surprise considering, and what happened before the competition starts. How come we did not have our TD there, technical Monica Sang, why didn't
Yeah.
we have, because Monica the brain, you understand. So these are little details you have that they contribute to up. These are little details that they contribute to up. So I hope we learn going forward. It's quite
Yeah,
disappointing.
yeah, absolutely. That is usually what you would say. Yeah, like you never lose, like in any situation. Even if you lose, you get the chance to learn. But if you look at our country, it's sad to say. But last time we go to the African Cup of Nations, we had a lot of mismanagement, I would say, from the NCC, Nyom Chen, go ahead, Ministry, go GFF. They all did a lot of mess. And then we believed, or they believe, that they have had that experience of going to the AFCON first time, and then if they go back again, they will be better for that because they have had that experience. But then so far I'm not sure any Gambian will tell you the preparation, not talking about the results wise, but the preparation going into this one has had any improvement based on what we see in the past. So which is a big issue. Like you say, we have to go back to the drawing board. We have to go back to the basics because other countries have done it. We are not reinventing the wheel. We are just doing what others have did in the past. Because if you look Senegal, for example, they are the closest to us, so you can always look back at them. They had reached this kind of stage in their development as a country where their football was not going where they wanted to go, and then they go back. And then everybody sit, people with different ideas, people with differences, they all sit together, they put their heads together, and now those people, they could not work together, or they could not see eye to eye. They are now sitting on the same chair and then moving Senegal football because they put the interest of the country in front of everything. That's why they can work together. Understand? People dañ ko dee wax El Hadj Diouf bu time boobu dafa nekk fii di criticiser Sénégal seen effet bi ñoom Augustine di leen wax lu ko ne. But right now moo wax ñooy toog gaa ñooy toog di liggéey du dem. So that point boo raise noonu foofu leen war a jublu right now. And it is nice to see comme Buba lu mu wax people like Passamba ñi ngi door di jóg di wax, people like Fatou Camara. These people have big voice in Gambian as a country. And in Gambian sport ku mel ni Passamba mi ngi xam nga. So it was good to see ne ñoom tam gile gaa gën di wax things yoo xamante ne nga ñu ngi ko doon wax fii nii in the past. But tournament wise, I think it has been a disappointing one. But the positive thing I will say is we have a final game to play, and that is Cameroon. It is a difficult one. Last time when we went to the African Cup of Nations, they eliminated us they eliminated us. They hosted the competition, but this time, one thing, we are not playing inside Cameroon, and another thing, the Cameroon that come to this African Cup of Nations is not the Cameroon we expected to be coming to the African Cup of Nations in terms of performance, in terms of players, you guys, I'm saying squad B and all those kind of things. So there is still hope, there is still chance. And another positive thing I would like to point is in the last AFCON, this is important to point it because I think I've saw somewhere, I think Gamfood reported that the only way Gambia can qualify is by winning 3-0 or 4-0. I think that is not right. I believe whatever, if we get a win, we stand a chance. If we get a win, we stand a chance. That's how I calculated it. And the chance is, it might be slim. You might say slim. You might say like something else. But last AFCON, the same scenario was happening. 24 teams in the African Cup of Nations. Like all teams that finished in their group with 3 points as third place, they all qualify last AFCON. 100%. All teams qualified. So the chances are exactly Comoros, exactly. For all teams qualified because there was that scenario. So that scenario can repeat itself or it may not repeat itself. So there is a chance. So all we have to do is go all out, like they say, make sure we get that win against Cameroon and then hope for the best. You know, and I'm not going to ko wax Tom ko bari wursak la bari na wursak terop Tom sen fi bari na wursak, so maybe wursak am will come. Anyways, coach, like looking at this in context now, going into Cameroon, but before we go into Cameroon game, sir, we're gonna need them see player rating or def. Then you give us a brief your thoughts behind the player rating, because sometimes just putting out the player ratings there, do they have context? because people will not know why did he give this player this value, and why did he give that player this value. So let's talk about the player ratings for the Guinea game, and then because we don't have the time to do that, let's do that now. This was your ratings for the Guinea game. For the players, go ahead. Let us know your thoughts behind it.
Wow, Chama. First of all, what are the audience really understand, because when they give you a prediction, the Guinea ratings, I don't understand. Online tech. I'll give this opportunity to move on. Prediction be it's not man personally or Cham or Kenan Lumbuga Gambia play. It's Lunya Yakarne Lola Tom the play. When you understand, not the Nula, but Tom Lin Fogny Tom Lola mo play. Man play is different. I'm not bearing mindset. Cham the same thing. Seri Buba Nyuk Kunaka I'm not so all pick 11 boom prefer not to different 11. But Lila Yakan Lila Tom the play. You know, player rating bi waaw lu ñu yaakaar rek ne players loolu lañ joxe based on lu ñu seetaan understand si match bi ñu commencé ko in goal Baboucarr Gueye. To me he was our best player on the pitch that day, the goalkeeper, which says the story. If your goalkeeper is your best player si benn si match xam nga ne then he has been doing some saves. He has a lot of work done. So loolu moo tax ñu tamit jox ko this rating at 7.5. In defense, Omar Colley, he also had a good game. He had a good game. He was solid and he was controlling. But at the end of the day, they were runs behind made by Guinean number 7. On number 7. I forget the name. So most of the time, see left side, using left side and right away. So Omar Colley should have been communicating with the midfielders to follow that run. A little more course good when you guys score. If I make that run, Hamza didn't follow. Understand? Hamza was focusing on the ball. Understand? While Jacob was with the man, but Hamza was focusing on the ball. With that ball behind it, we're going to pull back. We're going to Jacob at Omar Colley. Hamza will have the Omar engage with the ball. Then James Tamit later react. Understand? That takes us to James. James got a 5.5 because of the goal. He should have done better, way better. Either we use left hand, understand, or Mugawa react. But when I was even surprised when that goal went in. From James Gaynor, understand, he was very weak and he was very late. That goal is not acceptable, understand, from a defensive point of view. So we're going to go 5.5. Janko Sedi was now then go restrict from doing certain things. There were so many occasions Ibrahima Colley even ñako mité sax jamanu def nako Musa def nako su ñëwé su jëlé bo ci rem duga ci ñëw ci boré étude bi always dañ dé xaar run from the outside ci right side bi but Noah Sonko Janko Sidi was nowhere to be found. Understand? I didn't blame him because I'm sure lolu was a tactical discipline, tactical approach bu Tom use ne ko ne suñ full back ci bu kenn dem final tag bi parce que man lolu la gis muy Jacob no ñoo romb benn time last minute bi laa gis Janko si di romb mooy bu minute de tii after minute def ko pass sax waaye dañ ko mujj intercept because of dafa late ñu minute def ko xaar lu yàgg bala mu agsi mooy si injury time moom tamit xam nga am na okay game am nañ Janko 6 Jacob he was playing but he also struggled. He lost a lot of balls, progressive passes and very daf ko lose. Even so all the steps that you gis ne passing potentially was very poor. Around passing accuracy, which is very poor. After the last 20 minutes he was tired. He was dead. He couldn't take it anymore. So I was thinking that Tom said from Guinea in the Buture, but maybe we force on the other side. And the last minute because if you could have our fullbacks joining the attack, understand, we could have at least get something maybe. And we're in the strike on top. So the more make so go push numbers on top forward, then you get dual balls. But Jacob was tired, understand. One time okay game, understand, Jacob 6. Noah Sonko, he was put there to do a job. Did he do the job defensively? Somehow yes, but progressively no. Understand? Because most of his passes were sideways and backwards. You'll understand. Position moving, position up. You will have to play it simple. But
Yeah.
there were so many occasions. Then they win ball in midfield. They were always opening, pulling more progressive pass, pulling more break the defensive line of Guinea. But whenever he wins, he prefer to play it sideways or backwards, which to me was not convincing. But one time, Mojoko this low defense points. Ibrahim Dabo, to me, he was good. I'm not many Gambians. Not I don't know why. Somehow Gambian probably they were not satisfied with him. That's why in the post game.
Yeah.
Understand? But to me, the job that he was going to do, he did it 100%. More here, more gonna here, more gonna duel, more gonna win duels. Understand? The only issue that I have problem with the progressive pass and pass balls we are. But we have to understand, playing a bigger nation, doing a job, understand, wala yaha, wala nangu, wala play is always difficult. Si ko xamne fitness wise mun nañu dafa des because of medical see a long injury. Understand? You will shift it to not to him but to the coach. Understand? So he's not fit enough. Why do you have to put him there and give him that job? Understand? But last game against Guinea, I don't know why, but for some reason, sometimes Mugere was not the right time for Guinea. But at that time, he was our best player in the midfield. He was in the game. He was winning all the battles in the middle, and he was distributing the ball. Man, what of when I thought Noah Mugeni, but he left Noah there, Mugeni Ibrahim down, which I could not understand. And that's because he had a good game to me. I'm going to this rating. Um, in front of them, Jamano disappointed. Jamano alone having 6/10 ratings. That means Jamano didn't live to expectation. Well, the Jamano we know, the least you can get him in rating when it comes to Gambia national team is 6.5. He was not the Jamano that we were expecting to play. Understand? Maybe like he was not given opportunity to come. He was not having runners in front of him. Most of the runs were made on the side. But Musa was coming deep or cooperating on the left side with further than Nekon, will just ball. So Mota down the Munio is more of him. We want to make those line breaking pass and also to make more Muna Dugasibir. But then again, he was playing the number 10 role. The Jamon is more comfortable on the wide side because to play the wide B, if you not drift in midfield, then the Femuna arm space, pull the film but he was played in midfield in the number 10 position. The play in the middle is always the most tight area in the field of play. So you have a man by first score on the black jacket. So that space when they want to occupy from the wide, the woman arm from the inside. So he never play part see game on. Ibrahim Okoli, the only problem I had with him was he was not playing with the team. He was constantly forcing to move because Lomo Doran, it was a line. But sometimes if the space is not there, play your teammates, play it inside. Understand? At least you keep ball. But definitely for say, ball be Yahoo, you go tampo, you them through, we complain, we cast, you go lal. They will not give you that. Do not allow that of linking up about it. Understand? So he has to improve on playing with the team always. They can accept all that team that was a line jail. But at times, space never take. Brook up force, play calling and you do not play, you try to other side. When you see Alu Fadera wanted to do too much to game. Yang understand? Come how na yakamti. As I'm not been at times so one month so dealers of two I'm not chance pull a shot on goal for Sabi. But if I yakan but for how just ball me them starting defender. I want to understand more from the left the new city box.
Yeah, I remember it. Yeah.
Understand? But how na yakamti. Or I have to throw I don't know whether he wanted to impress or who knows what like he just wanted to do too much. Understand? More once again. More than look at this rating. Musa took responsibilities. But I'm going to support to get a settlement. amut ku mun a jox si kaw going forward du ñu am numbers there are some instance yoo xam ne dañuy am Musa sax fi génn si line bi ñaari mu ko dugal cross understand waaye ki fa war a nekka moom mooy def cross bi so kenn du fa mën a nekka understand te suñu fullback si suñu halfback si we are deep so suñu nekkee si suuf Musa war a nekk striker génn si biti understand you don't expect also our flank players who were wide understand pour nekk inside the box te tamit Jamono tamit was always trying to play to play closer to the ball so no one was there understand but Musa was everywhere in the field of play we must improvise we create something but then again mu waxee rek amu doon ko support si kaw understand wow this is the rating Chama Tom tamit jone ko rating am I think he had a plan it was not a bad plan to be honest man moo gisee fiction bi ma war na wax si review bi balaa match bi preview bi kañ ma ne Tom has a plan looking at this fiction mooy dafa war a frustrated looking as much as possible and I'm sure ne su ne match demee 0 for 1 hour match bi dina indi some weapons which Minter and others okay the only problem mu amoon for two things rek mooy why playing it would Noah Sonko in midfield why should you have other midfielders on the bench that's one the other one was if you want to hurt a team on the counter there was longer ball play why putting Yango Minter on the bench these are my only two problems ñeneen want to play strike wanna league no we want to play strike against Guinea last AFCON almost Musa Bal mo play point strike te most ko goal Musa Bal mo play si benn flank bi Modou Boro play si benn flank bi Jamano ay Musa mo play strike Modou Boro Jamano si flank si Ibrahima Dawa suba mo play number 10 role bi nga am Youssou Bob ak Solma li la taw against Guinea te loolu amee ressource am so daanaka almost same team la tegaat rek the same team la tegaat issue bi rek mooy lii nii nu mu taatee Minty will come by speed in the first start. Understand? So you have going wrong. Father could have wait on the bench or Ibrahim Okoli who start Minty. Because come on, you football is a game of moments. Yeah. And you want your best players to be in the field when your moment comes. Yeah. Understand? You don't want them out. Yeah. So when I was thinking sound Minty, it could have been a different ball game. But then again, he had a plan which worked well for him for 60 minutes or 70 minutes. Then more in the attack in the Hamza in the Minty. Sasa nga gis would be change na si play will change na play will not direct. But the problem like after Moy Hamza being a very attacking minded midfielder could not run with his man, which led to the goal. You blame James. Fine, then go blame. You should have done better. But also, you have to check from the starting. Understand? The space was too much. Understand? The space was just too much. Hamza, you have to do a job defensively. Understand?
They have space.
Whenever you are in your half, you're gonna press in your half. You can only press in your opponent's half. When you are in your half, you need to regroup, balance, cover. Understand? You have space. You force the guy play at back. But if you step out, be pressed because so press it, and want to step out. First you leave space behind, so your opponent can run there. Hamza tamit loolu la def ñëw by help space bi ñëw génn si tuuti am ak ball bi moo tax saa daw rek dugal ko pass bi mu continuer dugal amal ko lu su ñëwee engage space dafa am diggante defense line bi on ça balaa James di react kii dugal dafa tànkaam so loolu mooy issue bi ñoom Ali dugal nañ ñoom Bada Mosi boo dañ leen dugal rek pour sànni ball because moo tax mënuñoo def impact bu bëri Minty also try to am na fa goal but it was offside man bu goal bi man ñi jàngee yu man fu ma toog laa toog ma ne offside ne woon na ma ne no offside because la soo xoolee fu mu taxaw rek ak space mu am understand ni nga xam ne offside la understand Jamano had the best chance pour ñun dafa doon use lesam bi si zone lesam bi rek one la time but dafa use
but so he don't target bi rek I think it was just about it hitting the target to be honest.
but try na lu but dafa use instable si zone lesam was moom left ngay demee sideways understand so really instable dafa si zone les bi du ko dafa dem on target direct am so li mooy woon suma gis-gis si match bi
Yeah, definitely. Like I agree with most of the points, to be honest, if not all. Especially when it comes to the goal, I believe. Yeah, what we wanted to see. I know everybody was asking for Hamza. Hamza, I love Hamza with all my like. He's like I always keep saying, he's one of the most talented Gambian players. But the reason why because Tom, especially considering what Tom was gonna play, the system we will play, that Tom favor would go on. It was because of exactly what happened with goal with Dugi. Because like you say, Guinea dañ pass ball bi, even though you can blame bi started with si moom si Jacob la starté. Jacob was the first one who was the culprit in that goal. He could have defended better that ball. Mënoon na mooy intercept ball boobu noonu buy ñëw moom moo njëkk xam nga Jacob moo njëkk clear ball bi gaa ñu block clear bi waaye boobu tam you cannot blame him too much. Then mu dem mu positional then ñu dugal pass bu yomba si between moom ak xaw ma ban defender ba pare ñu def ko si seen suñu half space bi ñu gaa def half space yi in between defensive line bi and full back bi seen diggante boobu noonu bu ñu ko fa dugalee Hamza moo waroon a follow that midfield runner ku ñëw square ball bi for the player to come and finish. So there were a lot of pieces but warutoon a egga ba nga xam ne dañoo blame James Gomez sax in the end of the day because suñ ko defendoon earlier better ni ko ne duñ doon egga foofu noonu. But I like you say, I think Tom, yaa ngi conseil yaa ngi wax Yankuba Minteh dafa waroon a start. I feel Tom lu mu bëggoon si Yankuba Minteh am na ko. Lu mu bëggoon si Yankuba Minteh am na ko in a way because lu mu bëggoon mooy su Guinée si try ba Guinée si sona then after loolu noonu mu isi players am yu PC yi then mu attack because su war Yankuba Minteh mu start Yankuba Minteh tam xam naa ne fit na de. He's one of the fittest players we have in that squad but fitness dafa am level so su nekkoon xam nga mu ngi ñëw toog bugg a xaar ba last 60 minutes yi mu joxe everything lu mu am xëj na du ko fa doon fekka understand xëj na du doon mën a def make runs yooyu noonu xëj na lu moo tax Tom mu ne ok xaar ñu bàyyi Yankuba Minteh for the last 30 minutes we know the pace he has we know the damage he can cause and then su fekkee ne keep nañ game bi at bay up to that point then Yankuba Minteh will come and win us the game so loolu lay wax if you do this tactic there is nothing wrong with it absolutely nothing wrong with it what you have yes
he has a plan. And I agree with his plan, to be honest.
Yeah.
But one thing you must factor with football is a game of moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when you like your best players to be in the field of play when your moments come. Understand? Who knows? It might happen in the first half. So I'm full aware. Understand?
No, understand.
You know exactly how many Tom Lula ball. So that's not moments more 60 minutes in the minute. Understand? In the minute. But Motamela, so why has Motamela? So for him, so Bayon, Ibrahim Dabo, Mugina won killing.
Yeah, I agree. No, absolutely.
Ibrahim Dabo was more in the play than Moasong.
Yeah, even Nuhasa. I'm not going to go finish. I'm not going to comment. When no has so no more running midfield. He's not a midfielder. There are times where both if I know Simon, put more control because they have problem because they have because if I mean they get noise when you side me. So he's not used to being in that around that area. So yeah. But sawa ji bum ñëwé coins bum ñëwé wax nako mu ne Nuha and I will quote him Nuha do midfielder so do midfielder bo xamné nekkul midfielder nga té ko ci midfield bi rek daf dé woné ci biir game bi and yes Tom use nako fa several times Tom dafa jël Nuha def ko utility manam su soxlé right back mu use ko right back su soxlé defender mu use ko why Nuha so ko sété like at club level he's regularly playing as a center back so dafa he can do a job in those positions like just do a job I would say but Dega is not his natural position Buba let me come to you gis nga coach ratings am ak naka la analyser game beeg yooyu noonu but in your opinion tactics si coach bi was it okay with you because yaa ngi laajte ne fa waroon a bind a natural striker si game boobu noonu but after later si game bi la natural striker yeah where did you think that Tom make mistake in that game
waaw xam nga cee moom su waxee rek doo si dee mën a yokka dara you know so wax na yëpp wante I was soo bëggee utilize Musa Barrow fu nga isi ko number 9 you know and these are things that we have to talk especially the Assane lan la moo drop Assane ñu ne Assane dafa leta ñëw camp moom suñu wax wante ne Assane dafa leta ñëw camp yéen Saudi Arabia ngeen dal di dem waxuma ne loolu moo am de wante ñu ne ma ne Assane dafa leta ñëw camp man Assane agentam bi wax naa la ko suuf agentam bi text na ma bu ma textee rek xam naa something went wrong wante yaa ngi gis léegi nii yaa ngi just players yi Assane is a player although su jógee waa Banjul yëpp taxawal ko wante lu nekk digga dañ ko nekk digga Muna
Yeah.
he is the unofficial leading goal scorer of the national team because am na records yi nga xam ne war nañ koo séntu ñoom Baye Omar Samba ñoom Mani Real bi woon ak ñoom Biri they have scored lot of goals wante ne in these moments da nga need sa players yaa ngi understand sa man management at players is very important soo xoolee Guinée bi at Guinea Sénégal then nga yéemu ne we needed players like Modou Seka Barrow we needed players like Steve. You understand? So whole nyari games you and the way we were struggling. So I'm a striker. I think Tom it will have even better probably is a 23-man squad because 27-man squad I mean the first sacrifice every time I get a you have to put one or two players outside. And it's wrong it's wrong because when I get in Guinea we didn't have a sort of target. Their defense was living so this example
ma interject rek li nga wax si tournament squad bi d'accord naa see yow gis nga Guinée Kaba Jawara moom mu nge he don't need tournament squad 25 rek la yóbbu mais because dafa create more problems mu nge last time it was the COVID mu tax mu yóbbu mun na ko yóbbu 27 waaye this time there is no COVID so mu nge niidul ko li ñu have his 3 goalkeepers and his 22 outfield players mu xam ne position mu nekk am na fa ñaar very simple continue
because of it cost you ko si kanam isi nga Solman isi nga Yusuf Bob and unless they are fit nga isi guys si Magic Cameroon wante why nga bring ñu nga xam ne we have quality lu no struggle si Noah Sonko just parce que lu ko def because kooku he is energetic he is 23 years mun na stand out with these Ghanaians mun na stand out with these Senegalese so you have to bring players ñu nga xam ne football foog naa am na ku ko wax football is dafa develop the more Tom don't buy attacking play so for that 16 minutes the more Kaba Jawara mun doon xam ne 16 minutes Tom dina moo easy you understand because they don't analyze silent up bi and it's always good nga am character nga am game changers moment nga xam ne ñu si bench bi is loolu moom loolu moom daatuñ ko you know wante nu ko see waxee Ibrahima Koli foog naa yenn place dañ jël affaire AFCON over their head soo play dikka bi ak nga play sa waraf day utee just like Moussa Baro because waxoon naa loolu before di tournée Moussa Baro daf doon mën a shoot unnecessary wante léegi he is playing more of a team he is playing more of a leader ñoom Omar Colley ñu doon sacrifice wante yenn players yi il faut fu naa njëriñ Guinée si sax dañ njëriñ Ablaye Diallo because normal Ablaye Diallo nu mun a play because Guinée si duñ dof de
dañ koy njëriñ de
you had the celebration in Conakry you had the celebration bu Guinée score because it meant so much to them ne ñoom dañu war a dóor ñoom dañu war a dóor so I mean like coach Tom yenn say tactical li mu la ko waxee rek waaye ngay sacrifice ne waa Sonko because he has to play a match am nañ fi Jasper Cissé am nañ fi lot of players am nañ fi Alfousseni Diatta su fekkee ne fit so these are problems yi nga xam ne war nañ koo answer one day or the other seulement su fi nekkutee ban xale mooy ñëw Mahmoud Bajo for God's sake boy billahi wallahi talay is nañu Mahmoud Bajo
namuna
Kamara fii lan player Chan under 17 léegi ne market value bi anam market kii Mahmoud Bajo ñu ma Guinée dafa dominer Guinée dafa dominer Sénégal dafa dominer Morocco parce que dera ñoom Moussa Yafa ñoom Solmar ñoom Ibrahima Soxna there are a lot of players in Africa or in Gambia ñi nga xam ne jaar nañ si place Mahmoud Bajo te dañ dominate matches yooyu dañoo dominate Morocco dañoo wàcce Morocco to 0 kon ñun ñoom suñu dem AFCON lan la am si benn ji mu ne la ñu seen xale lan suñu am loolu Lamine Camara moo ñu Adama Bojang ifin nga si Adama Bojang si bañ dinem sa moo tane woon so yenn say Tom is not ever am tactique de amul dara Tom amul dara non wacce waaji da ngaa gis ñu noo footballé we are not having shots on target waaji even shots in the bu kii ko outside so you shall amutoon yooyu so you have to bring these players xam nga so it's a great scene pour bu drop Assane you know man Assane if ma ne la ko ma start of play or du suma waaye wante ne digga dañ koo war a wax yaa ngi understand digga so definitely like his tactics nu moo plané other coaches are also doing that dañoo xam seen lifin even Jacob Mendy nu ko kii waxee sax Jacob Mendy mu ne naa isi Ibu Touré because at the one time lu na sant ne ko di ko def ceeñal keneen na keneen ñëw wante doo mën a bàyyi the same player ne ko di la jox that results or that impact nga bàyyi ko muy run for you 90 minutes
jaaduwut
so tak wise
Chama
lu moo pay
Buwa
waaw
how mo bëgg ñu understand tey ñu xam ko Tom is not a tactician Tom is a believer pour ñu understand loolu mean mooy Tom tactically you can see ne Tom tactically understand Tom du ko rek ci foole Gambia sax
amul bagage
amul fotal
Chama
understand
ak cee pas difficult ñun su mënta dóor Burundi dafa difficult trop pour ñu dóor Sénégal ñu dóor Guinée
foofu laa doon ñëwee
parce que Burundi den gel and these teams then gel tam and they will punish us in fact none of these teams are punishing us noonu Burundi punishé sax xam nañ ne every time bu os quarter bi daf di am some absentees wante ñun suñu dóorutee Burundi ñun dóorum Tchad then dóorum South Sudan bu baax then games yi I don't know fan amee su motivation ne noonu dóor Guinée Guinée we were lucky we ran out 1-0 because Guinea had chance Guinea had shots on target Guinea before changes bi di ñëw ni ko cee waxee 60 minutes bi Guinea were everywhere so I mean what suñu dóorutee lu moo tax ma ne la ne comme ni ñoom Kaba den jël African Community ni like dem neen waaw football is blooming hey stadium ñu ngi fa dal di sabab ministre bi si boppam at lii nañ ñoom xam nga this are small steps
non yooyu nañ ko wax bul wari nañ ko waxtaan yooyu noonu nañ si duga
Buwa nga dama explain Buwa su ma ne tati yooyu yaa ngi ko against Burundi when we have a team that we are that dañu war a dominer play football dominer leen dañuy am problème understand mu ne tactically he's not sound Burundi dañu play ñu back three play ñu 3-4-3 they play a diamond in midfield we could not handle their wing backs because they were holding the ball understand how could Tom mu indi system boo xam ne fa mun a match guy mu leen a neutralize mun a use moom doole he could not do it why I say Tom is a believer mooy Tom dafa ne ok nañ taxaw ñu xaar loolu ñëpp mun nañ ko nañ taxaw ñu xaar Moussa yaa ngi fi Ablaye yaa ngi fi xam nga yàlla baax na mun nañu am cam mun nañu am set piece yàlla mun naa ñëw nga bokk mu dugal understand gis nga suñu jeexoo suñu scorer suñu react dafa jékki rek génne any player mu génne dugal attacking player dugal nañ ko noonu rek dem leen you can even see against Sénégal bu moo génnee Ibou Touré indi Aliou Fadel understand so mu ne leen Gambians we have to lower our expectation Tom is not a tactician Tom is a believer understand I'm not trying to criticize him I will never criticize a coach understand it's not like I hate Tom when there are certain things in what he is doing as a coach when I don't like it when selecting players without teams understand and defending negatively on those two things about Tom I don't support him but let's understand it as a coach you have to respect him because he has the mandate to do whatever he feels the more your results understand but to be honest let the guy understand he's not a tactician but he's a believer
Buba go ahead
Tom su fekkee ñu ngi demal foreign coach Tom is the cheapest foreign coach in the continent so da ngaa gis ne ñun suñu problème dafa li leen dina bari su fekkee dafaa dem because xam na ne dafaa dem because lu noo fay Tom keneen du ko nangoo jël sa ñun keneen du ko nangoo jël biir Europe xam nga keneen du ko dale keneen du ko jël
problème yi Gambian football problème na sama team Gambian football du Tom man dama ko dee wax Sangno more the responsibility the gap between the coach or the national team and the technical director and the junior categories is big. There is no cohesion between those two. Sang is always with the under 20s, under 23 female team, but he's never with the national team. Those teams, understand, know what to provide team players for the national team. So whatever the national team is playing, understand, that philosophy, that mindset should be filtered down to the junior categories because they know to step up to the national team. If that is not there, there will always be a problem. Senior team because of there's the gap between the two. Understand? After this AFCON, we need to reset. If Tom is going to stay, Sangdong should do his job. There should be a group. Understand? Tom, Sangdong, held by Sangdong, Tom Lai Bojang, how to call it, Vince Orosmentary coach, Jamin, T-Boy,
T-boy.
ñoom ñëpp dañoo nekk together si that group di am discussion am a way forward am a plan for Gambian football national team levels understand Tom mu ngi man lii laa bëgg from the players li laa bëgg ngeen celebrate team bi understand it filters down that's how football work football yi dëkk bu technical director moo ko amee mu tax technical director you must have an A license minimum you must be a coach pour nga xam ne dafa ñëw because coaches know their technicians so they should know how to call it structure a footballing team. So issue with them some of more step of responsibility. So mu resign keneen ñu simple.
Yeah, structure si football structure si daal moo nekk suñ problème to be honest. Like you say man moo tax to be honest AFCON bii nii players woo du tom woo I cannot like I'm enjoying what they are doing. I like what they are doing. Like I'm not even trying to be too critical about them. Just here and there, just football things, but otherwise, generally, I don't have anything to say to those people. It's all about the structures we put in place as our football and stuff like that. But let me go to Seni. Seni, we are talk. Tom, I will just ask you a question about Tom. Si moom leen nekk fii nii because déglu nañ press conference am yi understand nga si biir week bi a lot of things happen. Xam nga press conference bi only show yi boppam la bu press conference bu mu def noonu mun nañ ko defal show yi boppam ñu waxtaanee ko. xam naa benn journalist si Gambia ñoo ko laajte I don't know who was the journalist xëy na yéen xam ngeen journalist ban moo ko laajte woon about question boobu noonu waaw bu mi ngi woon si yaa ngi woon foofu noonu but anyways like yaa ko laajte question bi ok yaa upload video bi but anyway Sène let me like ask Sène because man feel ne fu mu ne Tom mi ngi instigate yoonam pour génn Gambia dafa bëgg ñu daaxa ko and if you understand the technicalities if you know the technicalities naka la daaxa de demee si in football world like if you have a 5 years contract ñu daaxa la we all know what happens dañ la war a compensate nga génn su fekkee nag beneen team moo la ñëw soxla la ñooy compensate fuñ la jëlee ñu compensate ñooñu so in this case moom mi ngi try pour instigate si balaa AFCON bi start dégg naa leen waxami man dëkk bii nii bëgg naa ko coach in this future man dégg naa wax yooyu noonu yëpp déglu ma ko fu mu ko waxee explicitly but duñ ko déggoon ne like report nañ façon wax yooyu noonu wax na ko ba pare si AFCON bi mi ngi demaati di dal Gambian si balaa AFCON bi mi ngi ñëw dal bu baax a baax even people ñu ngi fiiloon ne dafa disrespect country bi bàyyi lu mu nekkoon di wax si interviews yooyu noonu what did you make of his interview bu mu demee.
Well, I think Suneke you are in a major competition. We are talking of being hopeful, understand? But that comment that's a direct attack. You understand? Come no way. I agree because only build up before Nations Cup start. They're gonna he wants to be the coach of Nigeria Union So I just hope that things are going well, within the camp, understand? So, these are comments you don't need it, when you are playing a major competition, understand? So, he has 2 more years. He has 2 more years. So I don't know what is going to be next because contract can be 2026 level and the World Cup qualifier by 2025 in Nigeria, understand? So I don't know will happen next. But again, when you are playing a major competition, you just have to be hopeful, you just let things be. So it's my opinion about it.
Yes, Buba yow yaa fa nekkoon yaa ngi woon foofu noonu yaa upload affaire bi boobu bombshell la woon de bu Tom drobee loolu noonu man dama ko déglu de kii la moo nekk di wax ni like obviously lu mu nekkoon di wax most of it were true if not all of them dëgg la wax de so dëgg la wax suñu dëkk bi in one way but it was so disrespectful and it was the wrong time to say those kind of things, right? So he put the country first and our success in the competition first, he will not have said those kind of things in that, like, during that time.
Yeah. I'm not gonna Tom, you are a motivational speaker more than a technical coach. Those were questions I'm not gonna one day I think it's a normal question from the journalist Lamin Del Fadera. It's a normal question and it's a normal answer. Normal answer. It's a normal answer from Tom. Because lu ma jàppal lu nekk di dale lu ma jàppal lu nekk di dal di xew yëpp solo ñu ne national team in this AFCON is an eye opener. Dafa ubbi suñu boot, you understand? Dafa ubbi suñu boot, ba pare dafa woni Gomi Federation because for the longest time they were corruption here corruption move for so many things. Muna ko day like government can be banging their chest, the federation can be banging their chest, them names AFCON, them names on 20. You look at the quantity, you look at the quality. I'm very good in it. I want to feel like plan. What is the plan? Because in them AFCON without a plan. You then them like okay, you group of dead. Senegal la ñoo dóor Sénégal dóor ñële ñu dem dóor Cameroon ñu dóor Guinea non amul plan and Tom is referring us xool leen man fan laa leen jëlee the biggest taking point ñu ne ñun as a journalist yow Chama da nga bëgg a Tom attaque Tom ne su attaqué dañ ko dee sol góol su defee ne ceeb ne ko la moo tax nga defend so mu ne léegi nag fu ñeen taana benn si gars yi because soo ko xoolee ñu ne Burundi ñu ne Ivory Coast ñu ne Sénégal ñu ne we have considered so many goals ndax dafa change trademark am yaa understand wante ñu tam dal nañu tam ne comme ni xooleen seen ligue bi ceeraf fi dee jëli waaw ligue Gambia nekk doon dal li poye last time fi doon dal li jooy affaire refale si ñu dee fee seen refale si ñu dee fee place comme loolu la nekk di mu ne like players have been paid comme ñu teen wax ni if we should lower our expectation du ma nangu loolu de wante ne how best can we get our football running effectively because certain yooyu yëpp su taxawee dina dem si kaw wante it's a normal question by the journalist like Dal Federa moom sax acknowledge na Del is one of the best journalists and I think it's a normal question a normal answer la tam si Tom wante ne mun noo fàttale ko fan la ñu jëlee ak lan leen war a daldi defar de pare is either ñu change bu play attract and we have to give him credit he really play well against Senegal defended Senegal because some of the time then they bari coach even man sum team sa Banjul FC man sum team mo nekk fii half time su jotee da nga gis coach ñëw duga analyze waaw coach da nga doon play kii ma ñu si jeexee yaa sa so those are the things nga noonu la ko cee gisee wala yow I think he was asking lan leen buga attacking football not defensive football and I think it's a normal question normal answer so man affaire Tom du ma si sori wante man what I want is a reset man tam bokk naa ba pare ñu leen dig dóor de naa leen ko fi waxal nag dal leen sa leen dig dóor na ko gars yi dégg nag di gars yi di ñëwee and I know Tom will not even come to the Gambia Tom xam ne affaire Tom di ñëw Gambia wante ma believe and I category ne like reset li ko ci waxee like the under 17 to under 20 even the school football bu scan 8 dem fi sa Morocco these are all part of the development lu nga xam ne dañ ko war a reset dañ ko war a revisit you understand wante daal si gàttal waxoon naa ko fi it's a normal question from Del Fadera normal answer so léegi des na ñun Gambians ñu debate ko
niñ ko analyser waaw ma ne dégga man to be honest soraluma too much but dama feel ne rek it was just some negative things yoo xamante ne it was going ñu ngi dem si we are in the middle of the tournament bëgguñ negative bias comme seen nu mu ko waxee loolu laa si feel rek but anyways the bigger problems are there that is not the bigger problem the bigger problems are up there yes Che
Chama loolu nag comme na ko waxoon si preview Tom was just being a human being comme like frustrate noonu la ko jaar comme ni ko sax bi wax lu wax lépp dëggal waaye that was not the time and it was not necessary that's where professionalism comes in play facing the media comme lu dal Ten Hag rek ak issue bi ak Sancho am na loo war na ko jarul ko na wax jarul mën a wax let him just answer what he needs to answer and move on but mënoon naa bañ a tudd ko ne ko ask me about the game ma wala about the game defending and attacking that's not your job that's my job to do I decide when to defend or when to attack jeex na xam nga ba tey buba in all honesty does the Gambia or do we really give Tom all the tools he needs to work?
Did it?
I'm not defending Tom, but I'm defending the coach. I'm defending my fellow coach. Was he given all the tools he needs, to improve performance of the players and to improve the player pool of the national team? So for Gambia, nangul Tom si yeneen mbir yi comme na ko waxee man am naa su lu ma d'accord ak moom waaye am na yoo xam ne fa ñu nangul ko understand because come on Thiaw mënu ma traité lu ma xam mënu ma traité lu ma xamul understand su dee comme mu ne ma wax na ko mu ne moom su amutee test game du mën a jël play boo xam ne test ko nga koy indi si competitive game you only play competitive game play ne xam nga leen su amoon test game du ko dina jël play suñu wax ni yëpp mu test mu xool leen because there is a difference Thiama between yow nga gis player muy play nga xam ne ni mun na play mu peut mu gën a wel waaye ndax dina fit si yow li nga bëgg emotionally is that person there with you and him
player. Absolutely, I absolutely agree with you. Yeah, definitely.
So, what am I saying? The technical director won't need to step up his
Foofu la problème yi nekk foofu la suñu problème yëpp nekk si foofu la suñu problème football bi yëpp nekk. But anyways, we get buttress a lot on this one. Let's move on to the next game. And yeah. The next one is going to be Cameroon. They knocked us out. Last time we went to the African Cup of Nations as the host nation, like I say. So we are going there again. And this time around, we are going to face them again. And this time around, too, it's like a final for us. Because even though winning might send us home, but only winning can keep us in Ivory Coast right now. And I think it's similar for Ivory Coast. It's similar for Cameroon themselves because they also need this win. If they win this game, they can progress probably because they will get 4 points and we will get 3. So let's look at that. Let's look at that one. We still have something to play for. We saw the trainings. My English pictures is the training. Sometimes they don't tell you all the stories. The training pictures will not tell you all the stories, but it seems the boys there's still some level of positivity inside the camp, and they wanna make things right. Younger players like Yankuba Minte, he was so frustrated at the end of that game. Musa Baro, they were so frustrated, so they wanna finish on a high, and considering the players we have, I still think they can still get something out of this game. I personally, I will remain positive until there is no chance again. So I will go to Seni first on this one. Suma fellow positive guy bi. Madam ñoo ne nekk positive side bi. Seni, let's review the Cameroon game. It's a must-win game, right?
Yeah, game la boo xam ne dañ ko war a win. You understand? Cameroon as well. So, do or die affair. You understand. But for me, my hopeful, but to tell you the truth, the next game easy. You understand? Because Cameroon, they must win this game. Understand? They must. Why? Cameroon, they have a history of doing well. Though you have the same team, they still have a lot of issues. Understand? But historically, when they're in such a situation, then they will not deliver. But for me, man, the more we can win. But league we've considered league so you win 3 points on your arm. But the goal difference, well, I just hope Bobo helps as well. That means we have to score more goals, 2 to 3 goals at least. You understand. But for me, the more hopeful when it comes to this game. But again, the next an easy match.
It will not be an easy match. Cameroon, they have their own struggles in this competition. They have their own negative vibe around the competition as well. Like I say, hopefully that will play a crucial part in Gambia finding the way to win. For me, I don't mind about the number of goals we score. I think if we are gonna make it, it's gonna be gonna go down to wins. Because I don't think we can cover as much. Because in terms of goal difference, we are worse in the competition right now. We are -5. In all groups, we are worse. And thinking that we can win Cameroon by big, even thinking we can win Cameroon is a big task. It's a big it's huge. It's big ambition. I would say it's so ambitious. Let me say it like that. It's so ambitious. So to think that we can win them by a heavy score, I think it's quite unrealistic. But yeah, I will just take a win and then hope for the best. Buba, how do you assess this one, the Cameroon game? What is your expectation?
Wow, Cameroon tam ñu ngi amee lot of disappointment si seen tournament bi tam mun naa am miss nañ Aboubacar, which is very unfortunate. ñu miss ko ñu miss ko. So the results here dafa am ñaari implication. If the Gambia win nen man there is no need for new continent tournament. So if we can only win, we can build from that last game. I understand. You know,
Yeah.
can build from that game, you know, because players got to retire. Players never retire legally. You know, players never retire. Then Tom have bigger pool of players to pick from now. By difference, you understand? So, game Cameroon, it can bring a lot of positiveness because it will be a great blessing to whosoever score because a disaster soon score it there. We maintain the clean sheet, we maintain the 3 points because dafa nekk ne competition bi nga xam ne daal du ko teel a fàtte like where we lose our 3 games in a row score yum I mean so that's the negative wante suñ ko wiinee Thompson fit or whosoever because xam nga koto yu nekk fédération you don't have clue boy loolu mooy problème bi amul clue
yeah definitely no boobu ñu ba ñu bàyyagum gaay ba after AFCON bi maa la ko wax dañoo am show ñu jàppoon ñu full show ñu waxtaan about gaay let's see how naka la ñëw mën a jaayee Cameroon.
So I think that suñ ko winee is a positive pour ñu build optimisme ba pare tam man yu Sénégal lu nekk Guinée o Sénégal lu nekk Guinée o du nekk Sénégal because goal bu guys score against Senegal those are the same defensive mistakes you nekk di am because boobu goal
I agree.
So and we were 4 in some center backs they have full backs they are 4 in set pieces defending yaa ngi daan so Cameroon suñu winee moo gën because at least they will have 4 points ñoom because xam nga tam we have to look ñun suñu demee mun na am ñun tam suñu jaalee léegi la suñu soog a ubbeeku suñu tournament because ewoogum they were so wante Cameroon mooy nekk the better position because at least they am 4 points you know and they can be one of the best losers so wante it's about develop build up this win going either you win or you lose but we start to build up you see what is next and I think like ni Cameroon tam they are more determined because tam ku nekk léegi it's about play for pride léegi nii are you going down are you going out with 1 point or 3 or 4 points léegi nii it's lot of points at la nga mën a dal lu biiral irrespective of their results they don't criticize the Gambian team they don't criticize the Cameroonian team and I think you know na bosi tam put up we need to have more of Musa Barrow at Omar Colley ñu nga xam ne they will deliver their best you know sleeping tam like don't even mind nga ñoom isi Omar ñoom Ibrahima Colley in the second half, you know, because we have to change options and we're trying options to down.
Yeah, definitely. Let me go to Che. Game bini approach bi. What should it be? Is it a game them gonna attack all out, or is it a game where is another conservative game play and then because we are playing against a better team, and then because like we need to win. I know some people even man suma bopa last time mu ma nekkee di wax loolu laa nekkoon di wax dafa war a génn rek mu dem play rek ñu enjoy suñu bopa su fekkee there is a chance to qualify we should go all out and go for it but on second thought thinking you are playing against Cameroon again di nga xalaat ne maybe you have to manage better what is the best approach for this one.
Chama, first of all it has to start before the game with the motivation. What should motivate the players to go for a win is key. We have two things to motivate us. One is we can still stay in the competition by winning Cameroon. And secondly, is winning Cameroon in a major competition is something big for Gambian football. Just like Cameroon beating Brazil in the World Cup. They were already out. But look at how they celebrated that goal and that win. I want to get something from our head.
Malafil.
Tom, man, I don't understand. Tom even needs to bring back that match. Cameroon, Brazil. We play a boy for motivations. We give us some clips. Joko boy for motivations. How Cameroon we are motivated to play against Brazil, and what does that living?
Win means
that win meant to them. You can see Eto upstairs celebrating that victory. Abubakar celebrated, even knowing that the yellow card, Mohamed card, that should be first of all. That should be the first approach to Topological use for game. That's one. Might be 3 things. Let's play with 4 attacking players. That's one. We must play with an ordinary striker. Not 3 attacking players, make 4 attacking players. That's what. Let's have someone do a job on Ingisa, Zomo Ngisa. Because Cameroon is their only player in midfield. They just struggle. Even said Cameroon teams are in the castle, Ingisa, I would support. So let someone do a job on him. It's new understand why. Man, come there for the 4-man mark. It's midfield. Understand? Then we close their wings. How do we close their wings? You them take them very high. We no guy told facing. These are the 4 things. So I'm the 3 things on me. So no lie approach the game. Civil mind.
Yeah.
Close down their wingers. Do a job in Gisa. Play 3 attacking players, including a striker. Simple. Then we see that's not. You better definitely if you come back. Let's believe.
ñu am yaakaar dune yaakaar so dana leen wax de where there is a chance there is hope so ñu am yaakaar daal man nu ma leen ko waxee last AFCON bi 100% of teams you am 3 points qualify nañ so su ñu amee 3 points we might stand a chance considering the standard that is set the people guys start a 24 team AFCON bi nii so yeah ñu dund wow history can repeat itself definitely but I think what time I think we have elapsed almost 1 hour 30 minutes. I will do a quick draw. Let me just bring this one up. I will do a quick draw because last game we did the jersey. We had 2 jerseys to give away. Hamga. So 4 people got the score right. I don't know like I don't hell out. Beg I di predict na Gambia na door. And I know in Gambian. Ngeen di predict na Gambia na door. But mooy loolu noonu su fekkee da nga bëgg a win daal da nga war a teg all allegiance aside and I respect you guys for doing that so for yi ñoo amoon right result bi and then they did all you had to do so I will just do a quick draw and see who is gonna be the winner I will spin let me just shuffle my wheel first su ma ko shuffle nga xam ne amul du am any cheating then I will just click and see who gets the jersey let's spin the wheel who gets it Che bi am nañ benn winner de jaados am na benn ñu génne ko si draw bi the second winner ñu spinaat xama shuffle ba pare ma spin shuffle then spin waaw ñu spinaat ñu seet kanay jël second one bi jaados la ak Rohia waaw ñoom Rohia waaw Rohia ak jaad waaw a male and a female fair deal so mooy loolu daal so yeah we did the draw gars yi gis ngeen ko su fekkee yaa ngi fa we will contact you and then xam nga neen la jox sa jersey and then yeah loolu la and then we should have another one before for the final game and then see what happens there nan di leen libinaan yeah Che mooy loolu bro Buba it was nice to have you again as usual and Seni as usual it was good to have you guys waxtaan bi neex na but du ma la ko waxee bro sa gars yi GFF beeg NCC beeg government beeg ñooñu bul wax dara su AFCON bi jeexee dañoo tegal gars yi dañu naa tegal naka gars yi waxee taana biir dañu naa tegal waxtaan gars yi taana biir dañu naa tegal waxtaan gars yi but bro thank you for coming man any final words before we close Buba
no lu nekk mun naa xew like we had ñu ngi dem different stadium léegi bu wàkkee pour bu nekk fair results so amut ragal amut la fin I will be happy like any player put dal di score because it's important nga nekk si history book si Gambia nga nekk history book si AFCON ni ko cee waaye like Cameroon used to be very good teams in the 90s and early 2000s you understand so léegi ñoom tam ñu ngi am struggles wante I think with Eto moom he is brutal and he is straight so ñu ngi struggle maybe ñoom tam amum the right coach because nga nekk na ex-national team player like nekkuloo wante Eto tam jox na gaay mu
Buba baala ma de Cameroon to me Cameroon man ko wane am problème coach de Cameroon the amount of high profile players you play si high level teams at club so bàyyi xel on paper Cameroon gënal Gambia team player to ñoo play bàyyi xel bu wàllu ma la wax comme tey Senegalese team most of their players on the bench Senegalese bench will be starters in this Cameroon team just like that understand So the factor. I think that's what I need to focus on now. Why our players not playing in top leagues and top teams? Zomongisa kid ngay mëna phone. Zomongisa ak this guy, how to call it? Onan. Nga fa mëna wax, xejna xana nga ak Vincent Abouakar. What from them? Ken nekku fa. Ko mëna wone waaw. Ki moy lool.
C'est pas
voilà.
Time boy, I'm telling you. Mu ngi Real Madrid o mu ngi Chelsea.
But by the way, you close boy. Wait, what are you?
No, yeah, I'm really for this one. Really, mu ngi Arsenal. Eto mu ngi play Barcelona. I am Patrick Boma. I am Mamba. Ñom Marc Vivian Foy ñu play Man City. Xam nga am those top players. Xam nga. So right now loolu amatuñ. So loolu tamit dafa play part seen downfall li national team. Tabaral.
Wow.
Okay.
Kon Chama daal waaye amul problème. Dig dajee daal ba si match Gambia ak Cameroon bi.
Waaw alright inshallah boobu dina la war a amaati seeni war nañoo win boobu de waaye waaw any final thoughts before we leave.
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna stay hopeful, you understand, but this competition should serve as a lesson to us that we have to go back to the basics, have it done there. We are now in 2024, 2034. World Cup dinner legal and call start. So that they're watching. Let's all stay hopeful. We've lost all, so there's still a game to play for. But no matter what, we have to start from the base. Then we go. Football is fair. So they feel that you're going to get it. Senegal never tell a guy start league. Since 2002, they've been trying to get this done. So now so we have to ensure that we do the same. So happy to be as usual. And continue, and inshallah, we're going to give the things you all deserve. So I'm happy to be. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, man. Che, close affaire bi ñu dem.
Ciao, bye ciao. Anyway, di nuyu suñu audience sama di leen ne tam rafetlu nañ seen support bi si plateforme bi xam nga suñu last bi si kaw xam nga moo tax ñoom comme ni ko def every time soo ñu jàppalee rek ñun tamit ñu dee leen jukkal xam nga amuñu xaalis bu ñu mën a jox waaye gis nañ ñun suñu initiative xam nga di leen jox winners ay jazz for just participating, so just keep on participating, subscribe leen, comment leen, like leen, di share suñu videos yi xam nga di indi more audience xam nga more nit ñëw support because this is a Gambian thing. Help a brother to grow. Ndax su grow Gambian football grow because right now ñu yaakaar si ñun si Gambian football dafa overall bari xam nga ba nga wàcc dañ ci doon waxtaan bari xam nga ñu bari dañuy toog boo am impression Gambian football dañ maa call Chama ne ko gisuñu leen dara di yéen la ñoo xaar wax na ñu dee update so wuñu ne suñ taxawaay si askan bi am na njëriñ waaye nag pour ñu gën a am doole yéen ñu mën a doole so ñu leen a oje gën leen a jàpp jërëjëf.
Waaw du ko waxee noonu la gis noo leen a jàppee rek mooy if you have not subscribed to the channel just hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoy this video give us a like, give us a thumbs up, and that is those are the little things that helps us keep going. Those are the little things that help us get recognized on the YouTube algorithm and things like that. So yeah, never underestimate how much a subscribe means to the channel, or how much a like means to the channel. But yeah, we'll be back on Tuesday for the watch along stream, and hopefully we will bring more guests. I'm sure you guys are enjoying the guests that we are bringing these days. We are trying to bring people who have a huge say in Gambian football, or who have a lot of experience in Gambian football. And let us know. It's also we will also like to know from you guys the comments, like who do you want to see next in our shows? Who do you want to see join us? Who do you want to hear from? And we will do our best. We will try to engage them and bring them here. Yeah, that's what we can do. But anyways, Tuesday we'll be back. And recently I've not been recording the foreign based players update and stuff like that, because most of the leagues have been on break and we are focused on the AFCON and all of those kind of things. But that one will be back soon. We will bring those updates on the foreign based players. Yeah, and the local league, of course. Yeah. But anyways, guys, thank you. Jërë ngeen jëf bi be Tuesday nañ déggoo. Ko Che Seni déggoo ne.
Yes.